Hey guys, StarCraft here, and this video is a bit more impromptu, and I'll be doing my spotlight tomorrow probably, because I'll be doing this video now and a Detective Pikachu review later tonight. But what's going on with these old great YouTubers? Finding out either they're scumbags, or they've always been scumbags, or they become assholes, etc., etc. There's so few pure, good people that were started on YouTube, or ones that we find out were never that were never pure are now coming out of the woodwork. And the biggest irony is the most clear, pure soul. Please don't let there be some controversy that comes out after this. That's out there is James Rolfe, the angry video game nerd, one of the raunchiest characters out there. But you ever find out about his life and everything? He's been doing everything he can to balance his life out to the point where he does his videos. It's done when it's done basis. People love it still for it, and he still puts out other content regularly. He is a good guy. He's the prime example I always compare of these YouTubers, and I think one of the biggest reasons is a lot of these YouTubers have fallen under one of two categories lately. Either they've let their YouTube channel become their livelihood, so they are desperate to do whatever it takes to bring it out because they don't want to go back to the workforce, or they're the people who've been around so long, let their egos get to them and look at this as a chance to, well, get stroke their egos or get away with so much stuff. Now, a lot of this does apply to a lot of the male YouTubers, but there's plenty of the female YouTubers that do this as well. Because actually, you know what? There's actually a third category. The ones who ended up falling into some kind of negative type of series videos. Usually for ones like the controversy clicks and all that, or the hate clicks, and are just become obsessed with that. As far as the ones that I think fall under the whole, it's become their livelihood and they are doing whatever they can to keep themselves up. Will be like Linkara, Lewis Lovehawk. I still think he does good videos. I know people are going to want to say, oh, about the guy, but deep down, he still gets his content out. But as people like even who's known him, like Iron Liz has pointed out, it started becoming where he does his videos day in, day out, messes up his sleep schedule. If you look at his Twitter feed a lot of times, it's usually mentioning how a lot of time it's been thrown out of whack, etc., etc. And he's just letting so much of this just again become his livelihood that's all he does day in, day out. And when you look at his show, more times than not, it does not come out directly as pot shots. Rarely are they done. There might be some cases, like I'm personally thinking that his little rant about him personally attacking creators and all that was more of a trying to show that he's not like the people in Comicsgate or whatever who seem to be going after creators. But at the same time, though, he has his flaws. For example, he's always had this big, and if you believe those two guys who's worked with him on Lightbringer and all that, he's had this obsession with Gail Simone, so yeah, probably explains why he has this, like taking everything she says as fact. And of course, what she says, Comicsgate is this evil thing, of course he's going to believe it. But there's people like that who are still putting out good content. He's just being a bit of an asshole. But again, I still appreciate his work, and I do not think he's the worst. Then you have stuff like in the other category, the ones who have made it, who have become such a big ego, thinking they can get away with all this stuff, and that's pro Jared, the stuff that's been coming out recently in that regard. Good lord, dude! I wasn't even a big fan of your work, but I still appreciate it. But now to find out this shit, what the fuck? What the fuck? Seriously. Oh, I got all these girls coming my way. I'm gonna show nudes. And how many of them have been saying they thought it was a joke? Seriously. What the fuck? I mean, seriously, what the fuck? I don't get some of these people. Those are the ones I really don't get. The ones who are just become creepers because of, oh, and these girls are like, oh, I want to suck your cock. And I was like, what the hell? What, you're not, look, unlike rock stars, these are not, and these are not all your groupies. Some of these people are saying these as jokes. And even then, with rock stars, it's already dubious at best when they do it. But when you guys, and when someone like you do it, especially if you're married, what the fuck? I'm sorry. This is the case where the ones who do it because they got big egos just really piss me off. Oh, and I chose to point out one other thing. Another example of the former one, the one that has become their livelihood and all this stuff, and also it's caused them to not look at their. They are surrounded by so many people that they think that their politics are, the whole thing with politics is, everyone agrees with, and only the people who are arguing and who are on the wrong side and all that, because they surround themselves in an echo chamber. I think Angry Joe would fall into that along with Lewis. Again, Joe does great content when he gets it out. It's just so many other times he puts out some stuff that just feels like, okay, what an asshole. But again, much like Lewis, much like a lot of stuff, I separate the artist from the creator. And while my views on Lewis especially have been damaged lately, it's not exactly, you know, I wouldn't say it's exactly ruined my viewpoint of the guy. But anyway, back to my other example. Then you have the third group I mentioned. The ones that are in it who purely or completely compromise their way purely for controversy clicks and all that. That would be Mars Girl. What the fuck happened to you, girl? Seriously. Again, as Iron Liz has pointed out on her stream with Tug, a lot of these people, it just came right the hell out of nowhere. Yeah, one gets, and yeah, a lot of it probably is the site. And I have to agree with her theory. It was just a theory, mind you, that the change of channel controversy, giving her a lot of views and followers and subscribers, all that stuff, is probably what's led to Mars Girl doing all this. And that's just wrong. That's just wrong. It's just a shame that, and I'm just going for some of these. Now, when you look at something like Channel Awesome, for example, with Doug Walker in particular, I think Doug himself, just Doug, not those around him, and Doug from his own self, I think he's a lot closer to James Rolfe. But unfortunately, he's in more of a setting where he can't keep on being the nice guy, or he's surrounded by people who are doing these assholeish things. Mike Machad, probably. But at the same time, though, he himself is still doing good content, and that's what I judge him by, the good content. I do not let my viewpoints then say, like, oh, their content should have always been shit. No, I still get enjoyment out of their content. But at the same time, though, it does cause a lot. I mean, again, I get how for some people it's hard to look at, but if you really look at some of the stuff, even people like Lindsay Ellis and to a degree even Obscurus Lupa were saying how they don't personally think Doug himself was doing this maliciously. It's just that he just doesn't know how to handle this stuff. I'm not saying that's an excuse, but I'm saying compared to some of the others who do it maliciously, that speaks a bit more volumes for a person. And that's why I put Doug personally in more to James. He just handles it a lot poorer, but then again, he's in a different situation. And James and Doug are both in different situations. That's how I look at it, and that's why I still watch Nostalgia Critic. And why I still think like good stuff and all that stuff, because again, it's not all the same thing, guys, in my opinion anyway. You're free to disagree. Now, another case I will apply this to where it is apples and oranges, and that's Rooster Teeth. Rooster Teeth, if you've actually been following it, you see where a lot of things they stand on and how their company's gone and why I cannot stand when I see so many people out there, even those in Comicsgate, who basically are demanding that people fall on their swords just to be on their side of the political argument, be it anti-Comicsgate or Comicsgate. Where basically they want to prove it, they should fall on their sword and stand up for what's right. When some people are like, it's for it's a job, or they have stuff going on. In the case of Rooster Teeth, when they fired Vic, yes, it might be a little bit for politics, but I am positive if you've actually followed so much about the stuff with the group, it was more of a business reason. I am certain of that. There might be information out there I don't know. But from my opinion, as a guy who's actually paid attention to these things all the time and not just assuming they know how it is, I am positive that it was more of a business sense that, Vic is bringing controversy. And yes, they probably have heard something from Funimation, more or less probably being on the lines of like, we did an investigation, we proved it, okay, we'll take your word for it, boom. And of course, there have probably been some other people who did have it out for him. Again, it's probably a mixture of all, but for the most part, it was probably a business decision, whereas Funimation was more intent. Because when you look at it, between the two of them, Funimation and Rooster Teeth is the one that actually can be cut out from under the knees by a parent company more so than Funimation is. All right, Rooster Teeth is the one that's actually more on a thin ice almost perpetually. So again, was it the right choice? Hard to say. Was it the wrong choice? Again, hard to say. But again, if you follow these guys, you see that, yes, they wear their politics on their sleeves. And yes, they may be assholes to other people, but more times than not, and they seem to be assholes to those who come off as assholes. And yes, when you might have someone like Barbara Dunkelman saying, you don't like it, don't watch it, but they don't speak for the showrunners. She's one of the actors who openly it's been very open. She just acts. She does not have any story input or anything like that. She's not one of the writers. She's just an actor. That's like saying you should blame... Okay, I can't think of a good example, but... No, yeah. That would be like saying that you should blame DC Superhero Squad for Tara Strong's statements. Even though Tara Strong is just in it as an actor, not an executive producer or anything, just an actor, but you should blame the whole show for it. I'm sorry, but no, not when they're just in it in one capacity. Look, I'm a longtime fan for a lot of these, so a lot of my viewpoints could be biased, I admit. But I also feel like I've been fans for these guys a lot longer than I've noticed a lot of other people. A lot of people have said, oh, I never cared for them. Oh, I dropped ship with them early on. Oh, yada, yada, yada. And it just feels like, or like, oh, I've only heard about these people. I'm only just getting into it now, etc. That's, not... just feels like I'm one of those actually people been observing and keeping an eye on things. And yeah, again, I could be biased, but at the same time, just feel like I'm more open-minded and not as judgmental. A lot of people tell you, I'm not usually that judgmental unless it is shown blatantly you're an asshole. But when I see a bigger context of things, I usually try to judge it according to that. Look, this is just my opinion, a bit of a rant, a bit of a discussion, but look, you guys make your own decisions. Maybe do a discussion down in the comments. Please get my comments and stuff going more. And look, I have not much else to say. I'll be seeing Detective Pikachu tonight after work. Until then, I'll see you guys later. Bye.